The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You got a phone, make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, and every day at this time. OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They tell us what rates did on the last business day. That would be Friday, July 12. They tell us points. They do not tell us points paid, points received, or APR. They tell us the number you need to put in your mortgage calculator to find out what your principal and interest payment will be. If you don't have a mortgage calculator, ronismylender.com, ronismylender.com. Rates Friday, conventional 30-year up 6.766. Jumbo up. I'm sorry, that was down 7.107. FHA 30-year fixed 6.601. VA 6.627. That was down. USDA, that was up 6.568. That's the rural areas. Generally no down payment. Well, let me get to it. So that's good stuff. I'm going to go dig into that a little bit in just a minute, but I do also want to share with you, if you want to get our market thoughts every morning as early as the data allows, rsrmarketminute.com, rsrmarketminute.com. You can get our report. We send it out. We email it, again, as early as the data allows. Let's see what the markets are doing right now as we're contemplating here. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 315 points. It's up a lot on Friday, a lot 315 today. 10-year Treasuries up 4 basis points. The bond, mortgage-backed security bond, down 5 basis points. Remember, the bonds and the yields move in opposite directions. So the rate or the yield on the 10-year Treasury is up, which stands to reason that the bond would be down. So we watch all of that for you. We're also looking at, again, we talked about inflation, and it's a big, big issue in the elections coming up. So let's talk about it a little more, because we get this from David Rosenberg, headline CPA, and under Trump's last term. And yes, I am talking a lot about Trump. They've got the Republican convention is going on right now as we speak. I've got it on one of the screens here in the studio. But we look at Trump's last term because we keep hearing about how much inflation we're going to have. Well, headline CPI moderated from 2.5 to 1.4, and it was never higher than 2.9 during his entire tenure. Core CPI moderated from 2.3 to 1.4, never higher than 2.4. And the import prices, which everyone's talking about, well, you can't have these import prices. We're going to have a problem there. Well, the import prices moderated from 3.8 to 1%. So was Trump so bad when it comes to inflation? We know what he did. Why wouldn't it happen again? Just throw that out there for you. University of Michigan consumer sentiment. University of Michigan released their consumer sentiment index for the month of July, showing that consumer confidence fell once again. The index fell from 68.2 to 66, which is the fourth consecutive decline and an 8-month low. Current conditions fell 1.8 points, while the outlook fell 2.4 points. 1 year inflation expectation dropped from 3% to 2.9%. And the employment picture remained weak. Those that expect higher incomes fell to the lowest level in over a decade, while spending intentions across the board were lower. So that one's not looking too good as well. You look at all these different areas, and none of them are coming up rosy. I did get our report this morning, and I'll share a couple things that were in the report that we put out today. And I'm not going to give you the whole thing because otherwise you're not going to go and subscribe to it. But consumer sentiment, again, concerns about job security and financial stability are growing. That influences spending habits. People are afraid. Retail sales, spending in key sectors like department stores and airlines slowing, reflecting broader economic challenges. Hotel industry, luxury brands are thriving, but those catering to the middle income earners are struggling. So the middle class getting hurt again. Mortgage rates expected to drift slightly lower in the coming weeks for loans closing sooner. Well, be careful of those. Those are some of the headlines of what you get when you subscribe to our notes in the morning. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990.